5 children have tragically been left orphaned days before Christmas after their father shot their mother before turning the gun on himself in a suspected murder-suicide. To be sure, the police aren't 100% sure at this point in time that the deaths were due to a murder-suicide, but that does seem to be the key theory at this point. We're told that local tradesman Blaze Rea, 39 years of age, and his wife Brooke Rea, 34 years of age, were both found at a bloody scene in their home near Altoona in Pennsylvania on Tuesday evening. Officers believe that Blaze Rea shot his wife in the head with a handgun following a domestic dispute which occurred in the basement of their home on the 600 block of South Dartmouth Lane, again near Altoona, Pennsylvania. 4 of their children were home at the time of the incident. Their eldest son returned from work to find the gruesome scene shortly afterwards. Can you imagine? The children there, hearing gunshots, scared out of their wits. Perhaps they run down to the basement, we don't know. Perhaps they saw their father and mother. Certainly that is what happened with the eldest son. He came home, the other children, no doubt, crying, shivering with fear. So the eldest son checks out the scene in the basement and discovers his mother and father dead. Absolutely harrowing and traumatic for all of the children involved, of course. Best wishes, let's hope and pray that they get all of the help that they're going to need. We are told that all of the children have been placed with other family members, so that's a blessing. We're told that cops were called at around 7:30 p.m. We're also told that the coroner's office removed the couple's bodies on the same evening, Tuesday evening. Police at this point do not know of a motive other than referring to a domestic dispute. They don't know of any motive as such. With that, they've not yet fully ruled out the possibility of third-party involvement. So this is still very early in the investigation. They're not releasing to the public a complete, comprehensive understanding of the events. They're allowing themselves the opportunity to get a better, more full understanding of what occurred before they make such a declaration. But it is believed that it is likely to have been a murder-suicide. We're told that officers have been interviewing the children, their names Blakely, a girl, and their 4 sons Blaze Jr., Brennan, Camden, and Easton. Police are also interviewing other people that have interacted with the couple in the hours before they died. We don't know who those people are. Perhaps neighbors, friends, family, we don't know. We're told that Brooke Rea was a caring mother who worked 2 jobs to support her children. She managed a local chiropractor's office. She also worked shifts at an Amazon warehouse. A hard-working, dedicated mother. Blaze Rea, the father, the husband, worked as a machinist gang leader at the Juniata Locomotive Shop of Norfolk Southern. He enjoyed motorcycles, drag racing, hunting, bowling, and spending time with his children. A work colleague described Blaze as being a nice guy and a good worker that was well liked by his fellow workers. So this leads to a question. If Blaze Rea was a nice guy, a good worker, well liked, why the heck did he do this? Presuming that he did. Again, the police aren't 100% sure that this was a murder-suicide, but it does seem likely that that is the case. Why would he do that? There was a domestic dispute. We don't know the nature of that dispute. Perhaps it was over one triviality or another. Perhaps it was over a very serious issue. Couples have arguments, have disputes. But what would lead a man, a father, a husband to take a gun and take the life of his wife and then himself? And forgive me, to do so effectively in front of their children. Again, the children are now placed with other family members, but they are orphaned at this point. They have lost their mother, they have lost their father in an absolutely gruesome, grotesque, and traumatic way. Their lives have been thrown into turmoil. They're going to be okay. They're with family members. I'm sure they're going to get the love and attention that they need, but they're going to be suffering trauma for their entire lives. Why would a nice guy and a good worker, someone that's well liked, do this? He snapped. He had access to a gun. We don't know if that was a legal weapon or not. I presume it was. Could be wrong. He had access to a gun, and in anger, seemingly, he acted in a callous, reckless, cowardly way. If this is true, if this is the case, and again, police aren't 100% sure, they are looking at the potential that a third party was involved. But if that is the situation, then it's an absolute tragedy. I'm hesitant to call the husband, the father, Blaze Rea, absolutely evil. I'm hesitant to do that. We're all human, we're all fallible, we can all be pushed to the edge. I really would be interested into knowing what led Blaze to take the life of his wife and then his own. I'd be interested to know if it was a serious matter, something that we could say, okay, well, I understand to some extent on some level. If it was a crime of passion or something like that, we can process that to a degree. We can accept that to a degree. I don't literally mean, oh yeah, that's okay, but we can process that. Or perhaps it was over a really ridiculously trivial matter, in which case I would be questioning, well, what's leading a nice guy to react in such a heinous way without good reason? I guess I've said all that I can in regards to this case. Of course, best wishes, thoughts and prayers to all those touched by the murder-suicide suicide of Blaze Rea and his wife Brooke Rea. The police still have a lot more investigating to do. Perhaps more information will be made public. First and foremost, let's hope and pray that the children get all of the love and attention that they're going to need to get over the trauma that they've endured.